What is going on, Hive Warriors? So today we're going to talk about why sleep is important to fat loss. You're not going to want to miss this because this tends to be the missing piece to the puzzle for a lot of people who can't reach their weight loss goals. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, now sleep is something that normally gets pulled or pushed to the wayside. What does sleep have to do with anything? Why do I even have to care about sleep? If I just focus on my calories and focus on what I'm eating and eat healthy and do some intermittent fasting, I should be fine, right, Edward? Well, in a vacuum, yes. As long as you are below your caloric maintenance level, you're going to be losing weight. But surely by now, considering how difficult it is especially for Americans to lose weight and keep it off, you know there's more to it than that. Your hormonal balance is also incredibly important because we are humans. We are not robots. You cannot just program into us, hey, eat this many calories a day and you'll be set. Make sure to continue to reduce based off of weight reduction and your body set point and continue from there. We're not robots. We're humans with certain type of appetites and responses and reactions to certain things that happen even internally, biologically with our bodies. Now, please disregard any of those gurus in terms of making money, those money-making gurus that tell you, listen, sleep when you're dead, or 2 hours of sleep is all you need, or 3 hours because you need to be work. The more you're awake, the more you do. No, please, 100% don't listen to that nonsense because you need a good amount of sleep. Now, here's the crazy thing about it though. If you get a good amount of sleep, if you don't get a good amount of sleep, if you get like 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, even 6 hours of sleep, you're going to have an imbalance hormonally where something, for example, like leptin will decrease. Now, what is leptin? Leptin is the hormone that tells your brain that you're full. So the chances of you overeating because you don't feel satisfied is much higher. You'll end up overeating thinking that you haven't eaten enough. And this is because your leptin secretion is delayed because it's been decreased. Its sensitivity has been decreased because of lack of sleep. Having adequate sleep will allow for you to have your hormones, especially your leptin, be in a more comfortable state where it's more sensitive and it can more quickly tell your brain that you're full. But here's the flip side of that coin. The studies that I'm referencing did short sleep duration, normal sleep duration, so 7 to 8 hours, which was optimal for leptin secretion and sluggishness. Because here's the thing, if you go 9-10 hours, if you oversleep, you also could have a negative impact on you as well. Now, it might not be in the same way where leptin isn't being affected negatively, but it is in the way of sluggishness. You'll be more sluggish. And what happens when you're more sluggish? Your overall 24-hour NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, will go down. So the calories, you'll be able to control somewhat of the calories in portion because you've slept an adequate amount of time, but you won't be able to control so much the calories out portion. The calories out portion will suffer as opposed to the calories in portion suffering, which would happen on the flip side if you sleep only a short amount of time because of the hormone imbalance that takes place. So because of the oversleeping, you end up actually expending less energy throughout the day, which means you have to eat even less, which makes it even harder to pull off and be successful, especially when you're doing this day by day, because it's not going to happen overnight, guys. You're going to have to be sticking to these calorie deficit diets for a good amount of time before you can start seeing some differences, some changes. So it's important. Sleep helps you on both ends. You don't want to overdo it and you don't want to underdo it. You underdo it, your calorie in portion will more than likely suffer because your will be reduced, considering that your body's biologically essentially fighting against you being successful, with your leptin sensitivity decreasing and your body just not knowing when you're full in an adequate amount of time. If you overdo it, you will be sluggish throughout the day. Therefore, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and even maybe your exercise activity thermogenesis, which is when you exercise, will go down. So, perfect middle. You're not sluggish. You can be adequate with your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which means you're not laying around and trying to find ways to just sit down and not move around. And you're also your leptin is also sensitive enough to tell your brain in a more productive time frame that you have overeaten or you're full. Not that you've overeaten, but you've already reached your feeling of being full, which makes you feel satisfied, which makes you feel like you've eaten enough. Therefore, you don't overeat. So that is the importance of sleep. Don't listen to those gurus, those money-making gurus that sleep 25 minutes a day. You gotta get your sleep in. Just make sure you don't overdo it. Hopefully this video has helped you guys and given you an insight on why sleeping is so important to your overall fat loss journey. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.